Alright guys, so a week ago I went over the updates for the week of old school pretty much. Every Thursday they come out with updates and you guys really enjoyed it. A lot of you said that you don't really look at the website much, so seeing a video going over everything really helped you and you liked it, so I decided to make a week 2. If you guys do enjoy me going over these and you want to see more of them, make sure to drop a like and let me know in the comments below and I will be sure to keep doing them. So right off the bat, we have the big one. The shift click drop is finally in the game. And let me tell you guys, I was testing it out and I absolutely love it. I know I made a video about almost 2 weeks ago now, I think, or maybe just a week and a half ago, where I talked about the whole shift clicking and how I really enjoyed it. That video went down very well in terms of like views and comments and stuff, but ratings and people sort of misinterpreting what I was saying was sort of on the downside, bad side. But it's actually in the game. It passed. You guys know that. And I did try it out, Barbarian Fishing, and I gotta say, guys, I'm still in love with it. I think it's so much better than auto hotkeys ever was. At least for me, the only time I ever really used auto hotkeys was when I was fishing or doing things like wood cutting, where I would drop the teak logs at the Taibo Wanai, like wood cutting area, if you guys know what I mean. But with shift click, you don't really ever have to move your hands over to your number pad. For shift click, you just hold shift and then spam click your inventory and it drops everything, which for me personally, I find a lot better. It may be slower than AHK, I don't know. You guys are arguing that it was slower and I can see how I was wrong with that. But for me personally, in terms of like how comfortable I am on my keyboard and not having to move my hands all over the place, I find this a lot better. So the big talking point, obviously, of this update is the shift click. So let me know in the comments how you guys are enjoying it. If you do like it better, if you still prefer things like Windows mouse keys, or if you did prefer AHK auto hotkeys, you guys let me know. I really want to know what you guys think of it, because I personally am in favor of the shift click. I think it's great, but I can always understand, and I'm always open to people saying why I'm wrong or why they think otherwise, which is why I enjoy the comment section, even if it is a pretty scary place at some point. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great discussion in the comments, so let me know below. So the next update wasn't one that really affects drop tables or affects prices of anything. It was just an update to the graphics of Slayer encounters. Now, Slayer encounters I think are amazing, but I am a bit salty because I did get 99 Slayer before they came out, so I can never really enjoy them. I never had that chance of getting imbued heart before 99 Slayer, which would have increased my bank tenfold back then and stuff like that. But I do think they're amazing. And when originally they came out, they were sort of just bigger versions of their regular model sizes. However, with this Superior Slayer visual improvements update, we're talking like these things are pretty much brand new NPCs for some of them. They look amazing. They're like parents of the regular models. They're like parents of the regular NPCs. There have been some really cool pictures that have been released of the Slayer encounters and what they look like in game. But for example, like the Dark Beast Slayer encounter is like a really cool mix of like black and turquoise and cyan and all this stuff. Looks awesome. The Karask one looks amazing. I don't know. I think it's a really cool update in terms of the graphics. I'm really happy it's in the game. They're like brand new NPCs that you're going to be fighting. And when you're fighting them, they really will feel this time like it's actually a superior encounter and not just sort of a buffed up regular version of the regular model like I was saying. But again, I don't know why I'm getting so excited about these, but I always find, the new graphical updates cool to items that were, or NPCs that were already in the game. So that's just me. I like them. If you guys do actually fight any of them and you want to post a picture of you fighting it in the comments below so people can maybe see what it looks like in game, then feel free to do that. Just don't post a picture of anything that isn't a Slayer encounter. Just, yeah, you get the point. So what else do we got? We have the Motherlode Mine Quality of Life update. Now, these are pretty useful. Again, I've already finished my whole mining experience on Motherlode Mine, even though I'm only at 82, so I may go back in the future. But when I was grinding it, this wasn't here. Now, there are some pretty nice new updates. One, first of all, there's an improved HUD. So pretty much in the top left corner of your screen, you're going to see how much pay dirt is in your pay sack. Personally, I think it's a good update, obviously, but it's a little bit big. Don't you guys think? Like, I feel like they could have made it a lot smaller. The whole bag just looks sort of, I don't know, unnecessarily large in the number. I would personally be okay with it just being, twice as small, just so it doesn't take up that much of the screen. Just a little personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think of that. I don't know. But yeah, that's definitely a really useful quality of life update. Makes things a lot less complicated sometimes when you go AFK and forget how much pay dirt is in your pay sack. There's also the chance now to unlock the double capacity option for the pay dirt sack, which you can unlock for 200 nuggets simply by speaking to Prospector Percy. And finally, we have the improved upper level vein. So if you guys do have access to the upper level ones, instead of the vein disappearing faster if 2 people are all mining at it, it actually now just disappears at like a random time rather than, like it says right there, depleting faster if multiple people are mining them. So pretty annoying previously, but that's sort of been fixed. Anyways, we also have a construction quality of life update. Now this one I'm excited for because I only have 83 construction. So when I do eventually go for 99, I will have this going for me, which should speed up the process quite a bit. First of all, we have the servant's money bag, which you can build in the bedroom of your house, and you can store money in this. Now, what happens is, you guys know how previously, every time you were doing construction, you had to pay your butler every time he brought you logs, every, like, I don't know, it was like 15 trips or something. Totally forget. But now, he won't ask you anymore because he simply will take the money out of the money bag in his bedroom, so you never have to worry about that again. Very nice quality of life update that I think should have been added a while ago, but they finally added it. We also have the construction keyboard shortcut, which is awesome. Mainly because I don't have 99 construction. I know I will be doing in the future. I only have 83, so this is going to speed up, or I guess make the process a bit more simple, not as much pressing on my keyboard, just pressing pretty much. In this case, I was doing mahogany tables, so every time I made one, I just pressed 6, and every time I removed it, I just pressed 1 for yes, and just kept that going. 6-1, 6-1, spacebar, all that stuff. Now, obviously, when you have to ask your butler to bring more planks for you or whatever you're building, you have to press some different keys, but in this case, the building, you now have the option just to press the number of the furniture, whatever you're building, on your keyboard. So I'm guessing it's a bit of a time saver. We'll see if XP rates increase at all or what happens with that. I'm sure somebody will do something crazy with it. We have a couple new perks for skill capes. First of all, we have the runecrafting skill cape perk, which I talked about last video when I went over the poll options. Pretty much, runecrafting pouches will no longer degrade if a runecrafting skill cape or max cape is worn when filling the pouch, which is very useful. So those of you guys who have 99 runecrafting or have max cape, you never have to worry about repairing your pouches again, which I think is totally deserved, especially if you grind out max cape or 99 runecrafting, which you have to do both at the same time, I guess. But we also have the 99 agility perk. For those of you guys who do Brimhaven agility course, if you have achieved level 99 agility, you will no longer fail any of the obstacles within the Brimhaven agility arena, which from what Autumnology is saying, a Brimhaven agility course can get very good XP per hour. So with this, I'm wondering how much it's going to increase. I don't really know many people who do agility here at the Brimhaven agility course. I know Aubrey does, but we'll see what happens with that. But pretty cool updates with those. I don't have 99 in either, so I can't really test them out for you, unfortunately. For those of you guys who do blast mine, there's also now the option to place dynamite into the rock cavities with a left click option rather than having to use dynamite on a cavity. Dynamite on a cavity. Now, personally, I tried blast mine for about an hour. Was sick of all the clicking and all the different stuff I had to do, so I stopped there. But for those of you guys who do blast mining, I'm sure this will help you quite a lot. There is now an option to stop weeds from growing in your farming patches ever again. You can buy auto weed for 50 points at the, now I'm sorry if I say this wrong, Tithe Farm. I think I'm going to start calling it Titty Farm just because it's easier to say and sounds a lot better. So Titty Farm in the comments if you agree with that. Anyways, we have the option to, like I said, get rid of weeds forever. You can do it for 50 points, and you will now be able to never have to rake weeds again in your life. I've never done the farming itself there, so I probably will have to if I want to unlock the reward. But I'm sure it's a nice little thing for people who enjoy farming and don't enjoy raking weeds, which I'm sure all of us don't. Now, that's pretty much it for the skill and quality of life updates that came out this week. There's a couple other things at the very end of the news post that they talked about. First of all, there's a fastest fight cave competition. So you can win yourself a dragon scimitar in real life. It's apparently just a foam sword that you can see on screen right now, which looks really close to a dragon scimitar, which is pretty cool. Now, the way to get this is to pretty much be the person who completes the fastest fight caves from now until next week, I believe. You also win a year of membership. So if you never want to pay for membership again, well, just for a year actually, then go ahead and go to the fight caves and try to win the fastest one. Now, this is going to be a bit tough, mainly because with all the disconnects going on, and there's also, it's a bit tough because pretty much if you don't have a twisted bow or if you don't have rigor with blowpipe and max range gear, you're pretty much not going to win this. But we'll see what happens. Maybe somebody will post something out we've never seen before. I believe the current record stands at 2658. I might be wrong with that number. I think a guy by the name of Michael Untz, who I think makes YouTube videos, made the video on it. If you want to check it out, just do fastest Jad kill ever, and I'm sure you'll find it in the YouTube comments. I'll actually link it below if I remember that, so you can check that out if you want. Finally, in other news, we have a couple cool things here. We have the chance of receiving an elite clue from raids, which is obvious. I think should have been added at the very start, but that's finally been added in, which is, I guess, I wonder what the chances are, actually. I don't think they give us the chance. It just says you have a chance, so we don't know about that. The Arclight can now no longer be alked, so for those of you guys who have alked your Arclight in the past, congratulations, you now cannot alk it. I'm sorry if you have in the past, though, because that must have been annoying to get back. For those of you guys who play dev MMO, the teleport in combat timer has been added to the wilderness lever. Another runecrafting update here, runecrafting pouches will no longer be able to degrade when attempting to fill them when already full. And that is it for the quality of life updates for this week. Some pretty awesome updates, some pretty, I guess, groundbreaking updates added in, especially the shift click like I was talking about. But that's it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and a comment. If you enjoyed the updates, make sure to drop a like. If you don't like the updates, just drop a like anyway, because you love me and stuff. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time for the next video. Have a good one, and peace.
Wow.